Okay, we're going to get started on chapters 1 through 3, the review pages. I have a little surprise for you guys. You can cross off this page. We are not going to do this one today. Okay, you're in good luck. Okay, turn that page. We are going to do the next two though. Okay, so read the underlined word in each sentence. This word has been made by adding a prefix or suffix to the base word. What's another word for base word? The root word. Nice job. Write the root word or base word on the blank line after the sentence. So the example says, Cam's memory was amazing. The root word is amaze. Number 1, Cam tried to get the last drop of milk out of the container. We know ER is our suffix. It comes at the end. So contain is our root word. Number 2, Eric was sitting next to Cam. What is our root word? We know ing is our ending. They added a T. Our root word is sit. Make sure you're using our strategy of boxing that suffix or prefix in this case it's a suffix, and underlining the root word. Number 3, taking pictures was against the rules at the museum. We have the ing ending again, and that ing took out the E, so the root word is take. Keep up the great work, boys and girls. Eric's button was sewn on with white thread. This one's a little bit trickier. What's a word? We know sew is a word that can stand on its own. It's the root word. Cam threw away the empty wrappings from her sandwich. Do we have a prefix or a suffix? Wrappings. Well, we know wrap is a word, which means ing and s is the ending. So wrap is the root word. It's the word that can stand alone. Cam closed her eyes for a while. What is that ending that's added on? Ed. That root word is close. When Cam raised her hand, Miss Tyler looked right past her. Remember the suffix ed, which means the root word is raise. Nice job, you guys. The name dinosaur really means terrible lizard. I'm going to box this one. We know ly and it means in a way that is. So what does this word mean, really? In a way that is, and what's our root word? Write it over here. Models were piled on the table. Ed again, and the word is pile. Remember, sometimes that E doubles up, okay? We wouldn't write piled like this. That would be goofy. So they doubled up the E, okay? So we still have to include it in our root word. Cam and Eric quickly returned to the dinosaur exhibit. What does that suffix ly mean? In a way that is, what is our root word then? Nice job, finish that up. Remember, you can pause at any time. Flip your packets over. Read each sentence. Find and underline the 2 words that can be made into a contraction. Write the contraction on the blank line after the sentence. Don't forget the apostrophe. Eric said, we are ready to start now. We and are make the contraction we're. Let's go back and plug it back in to make sure it makes sense. Eric said, we're ready to start now. Yep, that makes sense. Number 1, Cam said, I think it is easy to remember things. Our 2 words that can make a contraction is it and is. When I put it is together, remember the first word stays the same. How do we make is into a contraction? We add an apostrophe and then an S for the word it's. Cam said, I think it's easy to remember things. Number 2, Cam told Eric, today you are wearing a blue shirt. We have we are. Down here we have you are. Remember the first word stays the same? And then for are, we do apostrophe R-E. Let's plug it back in to make sure that makes sense. Our new word is your. Cam told Eric, today you're wearing a blue shirt. Number 3. And that makes sense, so we're good. Eric, there is mustard on your collar, laughed Cam. We have the word is. When we see is, we can usually make it into a contraction, so underline those 2 words. There and is. The first word stays the same. And when we have is, it's apostrophe S. Ooh, my apostrophe got a little big there. Let's plug it back in. Eric, there's mustard on your collar, laughed Cam. And it makes sense. Number 4, I am going to show you around the museum, said the guide. The 2 words are I am. I am means I'm going to show you around the museum, said the guide. Number 5, I will be going on a dinosaur hunt soon, said Janet Tyler. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I recognized it right away. I am will. How do we make I or will into a contraction? We want to make it I'll. So our first word stays the same. And then we just add the 2 L's. Number 6, I have been here before, said Cam. The 2 words are I and have. Okay, our first word stays the same. We want to make the word I've. I've been here before, said Cam. I've. Right like that. Now let us go to the gift shop, said Eric. Let and us. Do we say lettuce? No. We keep the first word the same, and us is abbreviated, or is not abbreviated, but is made into a contraction the same way as is. We add an S. Let's go to the gift shop, said Eric. Your family does not have a dog, said Cam. What does not become? Doesn't. I want you to write that one yourself. The whistles are cheap and they are fun too, said Eric. They and are. Remember how we did are up top here? I want you to do the same thing down here. The first word stays the same. Count the bones and you will see what I mean, said Cam. The 2 words are you and will. Remember, I and will. How do we make will into a contraction? The first word always stays the same. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Keep up the great work, boys and girls.